Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. The time is now 7 o'clock p.m., and we're going to go ahead and start the council meeting. Before we actually begin the official council meeting, we do have a public hearing this evening on two ordinances that were previously read into the record at the last council meeting. Normally what we do, we'll read an ordinance into the record for a first reading, we'll have a public hearing at the next council meeting, and then second reading and adoption at the following council meeting. So we have two public hearings on ordinance 1203 and 1204. So we'll start with 1203. Ordinance 1203 was read into record at the last council meeting. It's an ordinance by the Mayor and City Council of Havre, Maryland, adopted pursuant to the authority of Article 11E of the Maryland Constitution, a local government article of the Annotated Code of Maryland, and Sections 33 and 34 of the Havre City Charter to approve real property tax credits against the city real property tax imposed on the eligible assessment for the SRE Maryland Harford, 1621 LLC, 1343 Ashton Road, Suite B, Hanover, Maryland, 21076. Real property in the enterprise zone located at 1621 Clark Road, Havre de Grace, Maryland, 21078. Again, this is a public hearing on ordinance 1203. Is there anyone in the audience this evening who came here tonight to speak on 1203? Any comments from council members? Okay. Without any comments from the public, we will now end public comment on ordinance 1203. The time is 7:04. Our next public hearing will be on ordinance 1204. This is concerning a lease agreement for the use of a portion of the Hutchins Memorial Park by the Canton Kayak Club. It's an ordinance by the Mayor and City Council of Havre de Grace, Maryland, adopted pursuant to the authority of Article 11E of the Maryland Constitution, the local government article of the Annotated Code of Maryland, and Sections 33 and 34 and 76 of the Havre de Grace City Charter to approve a lease agreement for the use of a portion of Frank J. Hutchins Memorial Park by Canton Kayak Club. Is there anyone in the audience here this evening to speak on this ordinance? Sir. Good evening and welcome to the public hearing. May we please have your name and address for the record, sir?
Thank you for giving me this opportunity. My name is Mark Sargable. I live at 79 Conley Road in Rising Sun, Maryland.
Welcome, sir.
Thank you. I'm an ACA kayak instructor, whitewater kayak instructor actually, and I'm the trainer for the Canton Kayak Club. And here's the benefit for me of you allowing us to have this location. There seems to be a rash. Kayaking has become very, very popular. You see a lot of rescues and things like that going on because people don't know anything, because you can buy them at Walmart or all the box stores. We have more quality kayaks, and all of our members receive safety training. So they are, I'm not saying they're all experts, but they do have more knowledge than the average person. That's a requirement of the club. But it is an open club, and what we would like to do is make it a safer water sport by providing this outlet. We would advertise in this area, try to get more members, more people in the area, and they would have to go through this short training to learn a little bit about the rules on the water and staying safe on the water and around motorboats and things of this nature. So this is what I'm hoping to do. I do operate a kayak tour company as well, and I think some of my literature is in your tourism office. But I go out of like Havre de Grace, Perryville, and southern Pennsylvania, and I take people out on different tours. I've been doing this for years and years and years. So I am experienced, and I try to pass some of the experience along to the club members. And hopefully the club members, even some club members coming down and being a part of the community, they can share some of their skills with other people that don't actually join the club. Is my hope, is to make this a safer sport, so that we don't have so many accidents and water rescues and things of that nature that are tying up our emergency services usually for no real reason. Somebody fell out of the boat and they don't know what to do. Is a typical thing that happens. So I'm hoping that you will approve it. I think it could be a benefit to the community to have us come in and to have other people join the club. And it is a very fun club. Currently, we have 10 different locations around the area. So another benefit of people joining the club and being able to use the location to Hudson's Park, they would also be able to use other locations as well. So it's a fun club, it's a safe club, and we give a lot of variety to the different members. So I think that it would be a good fit for us, and I'm hoping it will be a good fit for Havre de Grace. And this is what I'm looking for. So thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. Anyone in the audience this evening wish to speak on ordinance 1204? Any comments from council members? Okay, without any further comment, I'll now close public hearing on ordinance 1204. The time is 7:08. Now it's time for the council meeting. Good evening. I call to order a council meeting of the Havre de Grace Mayor and City Council. The date is September 2nd, 2025. Time is now 7:08 p.m. We'll call the roll. Council President Ringsacher.
Here.
Councilmember Boyer.
Here.
Councilmember Shanegas.
Here.
Councilmember Boger.
Here.
Councilmember Jones.
Present.
Councilmember Ellis.
Present.
All council members are present and accounted for. Please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance and opening prayer. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all. If I could kindly ask everyone to remain standing just for a few more moments, as it always brings me great pleasure to invite Pastor Peggy Norton from Encouraging Souls Ministry to join us this evening. Thank you for being here. We really appreciate it. Hello.
Thank you once again. It's an honor to be here once again. May we bow our heads. O wise and eternal Father, we come before you on this good and great day, thanking you first of all for just allowing us to see it. Now, God, as we come together to take care of business for you and this city, we ask that you bless the mayor and the council and the members and the residents, the children, everyone that is a part of this great place, that you will protect them and cover them. As times change and as seasons change, we ask that whatever you have in store for this city, that it will be a great change for everyone. Let it be bigger, better, and greater than they can ever imagine, for we believe that it's already done. In the name of Jesus, I pray. Amen.
Pastor Norton, thank you so much. Please be seated, everybody.
Mr. Mayor, I do have some changes, amendments to the agenda.
Okay, Council President. Go ahead.
Item 12B, which is the ordinance concerning adjusting rights of way for Amtrak. Their attorney requested more time to review, so I'd like to remove that. And in its place, I'd like to add some emergency legislation as item 12B. It'll be an ordinance concerning amending sections of Chapter 173 subdivision regulations pertaining to plan approvals, and that has been distributed to the council.
Okay, so you want to remove the Amtrak ordinance, which is currently 12B, and add
The new 12B.
a new 12B, which would be emergency legislation.
Yep.
Okay, and you can speak to this when we're under the question?
I was hoping that Vicky would, speak.
Vicky
to
or
it,
the city attorney?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, all right, no problem. No problem, as
I
long
see
as
what
the
you're
public gets an explanation.
I was just saying, because Vicky's going to introduce it, but.
Yeah, no problem, no problem. I mean, we're just adding it now. We can
Yeah,
talk
yeah,
about it
yeah.
later. Okay, council, any objections to this change of agenda, or do you wish to vote on it? No change? Okay. Council President, we'll go ahead and make that change.
Thank you, sir.
Is that all?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. We're going to go to item number 5, approval of minutes. Approval of the city council meeting minutes of August 18th, 2025. Council, to have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion by Councilmember Boker and a second by Councilmember Jones. Questions or comments? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay. Motion to approve city council meeting minutes from August 18, 2025 carries 6-0 in the affirmative. Item B, city council closed session meeting minutes of August 18, 2025. You want to read?
Well, we have to vote on it, and then I read it.
Okay, we'll vote on it first. Okay, these are the closed council, closed session meeting minutes, or city council closed session meeting minutes of August 18th. All those in favor say aye, or I'm sorry, do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by the council president, second by Councilmember Schnegus. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay.
All
City
right.
council meeting closed session minutes are approved 6-0, the August 18th closed session minutes. Council president, go ahead.
I have to read this into the record. Topics actually discussed. Director of Administration Ritchie explained the city received an ethics complaint. He was not at liberty to discuss the contents of the complaint due to confidentiality. The city attorney has recused herself due to a conflict. The director requested council to approve the retention of outside counsel for the Ethics Commission complaint. The city attorney recommended the hiring of an outside counsel. Action taken, Councilmember Boker moved to retain outside counsel to handle the ethics complaint, second by Councilmember Schnegus. Council approved the motion 5-0.
Thank you very much, Council President. Appreciate it. Council, we're going to do something a little different tonight. Usually item 6 is comments from citizens, but we went ahead and made item 6 recognitions, and we made comments from citizens item 7, because tonight we're here to honor and celebrate some art from 2 of our very local talented artists that go to our area schools. And just in case public comment lasted 3 hours tonight, we just didn't want these we didn't want these school kids to be waiting up tonight. So we wanted to get the kids up here first, and then we'll do public comment. So item 6A, the Children's Art Festival. First of all, everyone knows that the Arts Commission holds the Children's Art Festival every September. And this is an amazing thing. So they did a poster contest. Lots of submissions, but they had to pick 2 to make posters. So Arts Commission folks, how do you want to do this? You want to announce the winners and me come down later? Did you have a plan on how you wanted to handle this? You can all come up to the podium if you want.
No, you can just announce it and they'll come up.
Okay, I'll announce it. Okay. So, all right, awesome. I got it all right here. Okay, we'll start in elementary school. So there are, from all the art submissions, from these highly talented artists we have in this A&E district recognized city of ours, our art runs deep. It runs very deep. Kids even in preschool can do some pretty good art in this town. But in the elementary school age group, the winner is Scott Teitelbaum, grade 4.
Scout.
Oh, Scout, sorry. Hold on one second. Scout Teitelbaum. What do you know? My wife told me to wear my glasses, don't take them off. Scout Teitelbaum, grade 4, Havre de Grace Elementary School. And, well, I do have a poster here, but this is kind of the rough drawing right here. This is for Scout. I'll bring the poster down in a minute. And the winner from the middle school selection, Carolyn Colvin, from Havre de Grace, grade 6, Havre de Grace Middle School, and this is the art selection. Again, I'll bring the poster down in a minute. This is from Carolyn Colvin. And if I can have all of our artists join us up here real quick, right in the middle. And their parents.
And their parents.
And any support staff.
Bodyguards.
Friends, colleagues.
Drivers.
Teachers. Neighbors. Everybody come over here. That way you can be on film. So, hold on one second. Scout, this is yours, right? Okay, if you want to hold that facing forward. Carolyn, you want to hold this facing forward? Just hold it like that. That way people at home can see it. So, anyway, what I wanted to do, I wanted to hand this off to Jennifer real quick because this was kind of like a brainchild you had, remember? I remember the email you gave me and you wanted to do. So go ahead and tell everybody, come on up. Tell everybody where you got the idea and the process of the selection.
Okay, so basically, I just thought, I always loved posters of events. I have a couple around my house that I have framed, and I thought it would be really great if the Children's Art Festival had a poster advertising it using the art of the children. So that's what I suggested, and then we made it happen, so it was really cool.
That's awesome. I know you had multiple submissions. So
Yeah. And if I just start, a little earlier next time, I think that it'll be even bigger. So I'm excited for next year too. But congratulations.
Thank you. So I know we have Carolyn's parents, right? And you are?
Jeff.
And Kristen?
Mickey.
What's your name?
Tell him your name, silly. Mickey.
Okay, thank you so much for being here. It's awesome. And we have
Greg Teitelbaum.
Brittany Powell.
we have members of the Arts Commission. We have Kevin. Oh, sorry. Sorry. Sorry about that. Hold on, wait a minute. Oh, yeah, CJ. All right. It's my first day of school today. I was like, there's 0 left in my brain today. So, all right, so my apologies about that. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. And we have the other members of the Arts Commission here with us as well, joining us. We have Councilmember Jones, and we have Councilmember Boger, who's on the Arts Commission liaison. Councilmember Jones used to be the liaison of the Arts Commission. So, anyway, I just wanted to thank everybody. So, what are the dates of the Children's Arts Festival? September 6th. That's this Saturday at 11 to 2 at Tidings Park.
All of the posters will be displayed there. Yes. All the entries will be on display.
Perfect. We appreciate it. People are asking me, are you still doing the straw stuffing? Okay, where you stuff a scarecrow? Okay, all right. Everybody's asking me. Okay, gotcha. All right, thank you. So what we want to do here, I do have for our artist, Scout. I have this for you. This is a proclamation recognizing your artistic work. And you like how we were able to do that right there? Okay, all right. Carolyn, this is for you. You can have this here. We're very proud of you. Thank you for submitting this work. And we hope you have continued artwork. Keep it up. How's your first day of school today? Good? Wasn't good? No? Was your schedule okay? Do you have any problems with your schedule? No? Okay, all right. Ask me if my schedule was okay. No, I'm just joking. Hey, good luck in 6th grade this year, okay? All right? You intimidated being in that big building? It's a big building, isn't it? Okay. And you're all the way down to 6th grade. No, I'm kidding. No. So it's a big building, but you'll be there up until 12th grade. Right? What's your favorite subject?
Really?
You don't have one yet? All right. If you don't have one, just say social studies. All right. Good luck. And how was your first day of school?
Good.
Good. What did you learn today?
Pretty much just my schedule.
Your schedule? Okay, perfect. Awesome. What's your favorite subject?
Writing.
Writing? Okay, that's awesome. I would have thought both of you would have said art, but that's okay. First of all, I want to thank the parents. Thanks for being here tonight. This is really special, and I think it's a great idea that the Arts Commission came up with to involve the youth of our community, to get them involved with the posters, and I look forward to many, many years of having this program where the kids get to make the posters. So thank you all. Thanks for all your work, council members. Thank you for your support. Good luck with school, okay? And hopefully we'll see you back here next year with your great artwork, okay? All right. Thank you, everybody. I'll grab that. You keep all that. I'm green friend. Good to thanks for being here. Okay, thank you very much. And so we are going to go to item 7, which is comments from citizens. This is the part of the council meeting this evening where if you're here to talk about an agenda item, now's the time to do so. Or if you're here to talk about any other matter of city business that concerns you, now's the time to do so as well. I do have one pre-filled out form, and I would like to call forward Mr. Chip Place. Good evening, Mr. Place. Welcome to the meeting. May you please have your name and address for the record?
Thank you, Mayor, council members, senior staff. My name is Chip Place, 301 Cigar Loop. I'm here. Thank you. I'm here tonight to speak in opposition to the calendar resolution regarding rules for removal of appointed council members or appointed commission members. While it's good the council is considering rules for removal actions, the proposed rules fail to comport with state law and due process. I respectfully recommend that you hold this over for further consideration and schedule this matter for a public hearing. I've sent you my detailed comments under separate cover, but in summary, grounds for removing a commissioner must be based on specific criteria of state law, not rules made by City Council. The proposed rules allow only one City Council member to bring charges and do not require investigation or certification of the charges by the Director of Administration or anyone else before bringing the matter to a public hearing. The appointed member should be allowed to move for dismissal for failure to state a cause of action prior to a hearing, not just to provide excuses in the case of absences. The proposed rules denied the appointed member the right to counsel. The proposed rules denied the appointed member the right to compel witnesses, including those who may have knowledge of the issues. The proposed rules deny appointed member the right to cross-examine witnesses, including those who have offered evidence or testimony against the appointed member. And though a public hearing, the rules do not provide for public comment. All these provisions are unfair to the appointed member and should be reconsidered. Please also be mindful that the rules can let anyone with a council member's ear effectively bring charges against a sitting commissioner. For example, and this is a hypothetical, a developer who did not appreciate a planning commissioner's review of application materials may petition a city council member to bring charges to oust the commissioner rather than addressing the issues raised by the commissioner. Such actions would not only greatly hinder the commissioner in the performance of his or her duty, but could also serve to intimidate and undermine the independence of the commission as a whole. So I just urge you all to please be very careful in proceeding further with this, and I'd be happy to answer any questions you all might have. By the way, since I have a couple of sections, I like the idea of the kayak club too. All right.
Hey.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Place. That's the only pre-filled out form I have, so what I can do now is I just open the floor up at large. If you wish to speak, just raise your hand and, yes ma'am. Hello, welcome. Name?
Jennifer Joseph, 556 Alliance Street.
Welcome.
I just wanted to say thank you for our crosswalk at Alliance and Stokes. It's great. It works. It's great. We took a picture on it this morning. The kids love it, and it's a good example of what we can do as a community when we come together and make something happen. That being said, I do want to push forward with the stop sign. I was just standing with my neighbor on Lafayette, and this person just flew down the street, and the kids are just right almost in the street playing, and it's the kind of thing like where the ball rolls out in the street, and then the kid and the car's coming by so fast that the kid actually gets hurt. So I would like to go through the process, even though it will take time, whatever that process is to get a stop sign there. I think that all of our neighborhood and the kids who walk to school would be very happy about that. So I will follow up maybe with Mr. Conway and see what to do. Does that sound good?
Thank you very much. Thank you. We're still under public comment. Please raise your hand and be recognized if you wish to address the council.
I'll also add to the former speaker, Jennifer, when she walked up there, I actually kind of made a comment thanking the DPW for all that, but I forgot to mention our very own artist, Mr. Jimmy Burrow, who actually did most of the legwork there. And consider this phase one of trying to keep people, slowing them down at the intersection there of Alliance and Stokes, right there by the colored school. So we understand that there's a situation there, and we're laser focused on that. So thank you, Jennifer.
Any other comments from council? Okay, thank you very much. And we're going to move on with tonight's agenda. We're going to go to item 8, and we have an appointment this evening to the Tourism Advisory Board, and I'd like to hand that off to the Councilmember Jones, our liaison.
Thank you, Mayor. I move to appoint Haley Strong to the Tourism Advisory Board.
Second.
I have a motion by Councilmember Jones, and that motion is seconded by Councilmember Schneegis. This is for the appointment of Haley Strong to the Tourism Advisory Board. Questions or comments? Councilmember Jones?
Just happy to have Haley join. She's just really been great, with the community and with all the arts and taking over after Katie No left. So just I'm looking forward to having her be a part of this advisory board. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions or comments? This is for the appointment of Haley Strong to the Tourism Advisory Board. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say no. Motion carries 6-0 in the affirmative. Thank you very much, Council. Item 9, proclamations. This evening we have no proclamations. Item 10, presentations. This evening we have no presentations as well. That takes us to item 11, resolutions, and we're going to go to item A, charter resolution, second reading. Council President Ringsacher.
Mr. Mayor, Council, citizens all, I move to introduce Charter Resolution number 304 concerning amending, repealing, and replacing sections pertaining to the process of appointing and removing certain non-elected officials for second reading and adoption.
Second.
Okay, all right. We have a motion by the Council President, second by Councilmember Schneegis. This is a motion to introduce Charter Resolution 304 on second reading. Questions or comments on introduction? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay. Charter Resolution 304 concerning amending, repealing, and replacing sections pertaining to the process of appointing and removing certain non-elected officials. A resolution by the Mayor and City Council of Havre de Grace, Maryland, adopted pursuant to the authority of the Maryland Constitution, Article 11E, the local government article of the annotated code of Maryland. And the Havre de Grace City Charter, Section 19, amending Section 17 and 18C, and repealing and replacing Section 27, generally pertaining to the process of appointing and removing certain non-elected officials. Do I have a motion to adopt Charter Resolution 304 on second reading?
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion by Councilmember Boker, seconded by Council President. Questions or comments? Council President.
So Mr. Place was speaking earlier about an ordinance very similar to this, but this is not that ordinance. We did discuss last meeting about what this exactly is. Actually, it was 2 meetings ago. It just allows the council and the mayor more leeway to remove city officials, not commission members. So that's it.
Mayor, just for clarity, you used the term city officials. Can you define who the,
So usually department heads.
thank you.
Any other questions or comments? Okay, got amendments? There are amendments?
Amendments to the next one.
What's that?
There's amendments in the packet.
Oh, gotcha. Sorry about that.
So I've got amendments for a different ordinance. Do I have to read those amendments into, they were the ones that were emailed out. We can do those as a friendly amendment, can't we?
Yeah, I think what happened is the last time the amendments were attached, but they were not voted upon, so they do need to be voted upon, but you can count them as friendly amendments because it was really just clarification, I believe. Which one are you talking about? This is Charter Resolution
Yeah.
304.
But I wasn't given those as a separate amendment to introduce. I was given 1197 as a separate one to introduce for the amendments. So I'm looking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are these the ones that were attached before?
Yes. These are the amendments you worked on
Yeah.
with Councilmember Boyer.
Yes. So these are amendments that were worked on by Councilmember Boyer and Councilmember Jones and myself to the original resolution that was initially approved. So these are amendments to the original. So this one is,
Oh, they're already in there.
well,
in the-
these
it's in
weren't
there.
voted upon yet.
Right, gotcha.
Yeah, so
Gotcha.
these need to be voted upon. So whether you read it into the record as here, I mean, you can read it into the record, follow it through, or just reference the attachment in the packet. I mean, whichever way Council President and Mayor would like to proceed.
Everyone do it, Jim.
I'd like to do it as a, just, everything, it's mostly just cleaning up language. There's no substantive changes to it, except for, see here, line 70, beginning at the mayor shall receive an annual salary as set forth from time to time, ordinance passed by the city in regular course of business. Any proposed change in the mayor's salary requires voters, that's already the law, so. I'd like to do this as, vote on it as a whole, and just post it with the amendment online.
Okay, no problem.
So I make that motion to adopt the amendments from the committee.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, well, I have a motion by the council president, and I think, but Councilmember Jones said so moved, but that's basically a second, right? Okay, so thank you, Councilmember Berger. So that's basically, Councilmember Jones will go down as a second. Okay. These are motion to accept the amendments, question or comments. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay. Motion to accept amendments carry 6-0 in the affirmative. We're back on to the question for 304. Any further questions or comments? Okay, we're going to do a roll call vote on 304. Councilmember Boyer,
Yes.
Councilmember Shanegas,
Yes.
Councilmember Boger,
Yes.
Councilmember Jones,
Yes.
Councilmember Ellis,
Yes.
Council President.
Yes.
A roll call vote of 6-0 in the affirmative. Charter Resolution number 304 is adopted. Item B, counter resolution. Council President.
Mr. Mayor, actually, I have a quick question for the city attorney on the next ordinance. So 11B and 13B pertain to the same ordinance. Do we need 13B? Is that just a mistake on the agenda?
Well, there were two different issues with that ordinance. One was there was a misnumbering, which is really just correction of the record. And then the other one actually were amendments that were attached to the ordinance last time that were not separately approved. So under Robert's Rules of Order, you can actually, at the next meeting, adopt the amendments that weren't voted upon.
So we're
So-
reading that ordinance right now, though. We would need to do it under old business as well?
You could do it as two separate things, or you could do it, which is how I've structured it, because they're two separate corrections. One is correction of the record because the numbering was just wrong.
Okay.
The second one is there were amendments that were attached to the prior ordinance when it was done on the second reading and adoption that were never approved, but they were in the paper record. So you're just ratifying that the intent was to adopt it with the amendments.
So you're saying to go ahead and do it as two separate?
You can do it however you preferred, but I was trying to clarify for the record that one was a change from, it was an error, and the other one was actually supposed to be amended, but it wasn't.
I think we can all do it under one
It's up
motion.
to you.
I think that's best. We'll do it under the question. Mr. Mayor, I move to introduce calendar resolution concerning correcting the public record known as ordinance number 1197 pertaining to the Havre Grace Housing Authority.
Council, I have a motion by the council president. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Councilmember Booker. This is a motion to introduce counter resolution. Questions or comments on the introduction?
And this was the one with the numbering sequence? Okay, Roger. Yeah, thank you.
All those in favor say aye.
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 All opposed say nay. Motion to introduce counter resolution number 1197, or I'm sorry, counter resolution concerning correcting public record known as ordinance number 1197 pertaining to the Havre Grace Housing Authority, carries 6-0 in the affirmative. This will be assigned the number counter resolution 2025-12, 2025-12. A resolution by the Mayor and City Council of Havre de Grace, Maryland, pursuant to the general provisions, Article of the Annotated Code of Maryland, Sections 4-502, the Local Government Article of the Annotated Code of Maryland, Sections 33 and 34 of the City Charter, for correction of the public record known as Ordinance 1197. Council, to have a motion to adopt counter resolution 2025-12.
So moved, or second.
Second.
Thank you.
All right. Councilmember Boger made the motion.
In the motion.
Council President seconded. Yeah.
Questions or comments?
Question or comment? Go ahead. It's all yours.
I was waiting for you. So yeah, there was just a numbering issue. That's what this ordinance is about, correcting that. But since it's the same ordinance, I think we can just remove the redundancy. And I'd like to, under the question, make a motion to adopt formally the amendments that were written into the previous ordinance, reading of the ordinance, but were never voted on. And all they are is, like, line 56, after the word board, add the words of commissioners. Line 60, after the word board, add of commissioners. It's all that. So just correcting that record. But so I do make that motion so we can do it under one ordinance.
Okay. Council, I have a motion by the council president to adopt the
Prior amendments that were read.
prior amendments that were read into, that should have gone with ordinance 1197 when it was adopted at the last meeting, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Second.
Second by Councilmember Shenagis. This is an amendment to the resolution, correct?
Yes.
All right. Questions or comments on those proposed changes? All those in favor say aye.
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 All opposed say nay. Council President's amendments carry 6-0 in the affirmative. Now we're back under the question for the resolution. Any further questions or comments? Okay. Roll call vote. Councilmember Shenagis.
Yes.
Councilmember Boger.
Yes.
Councilmember Jones.
Yes.
Councilmember Ellis.
Yes.
Council President.
Yes.
Councilmember Boyer.
Yes.
A roll call vote of 6-0 in the affirmative. Counter resolution 2025-12 is adopted.
And if I could, Mr. Mayor, I'd like to comment, say thank you to the city attorney for her diligent work on this.
Thank you, Council President. Okay, we're going to go to item C, counter resolution concerning improving rules and procedures. Council President, back to you.
Mr. Mayor, council, citizens all, I move to introduce calendar resolution concerning approving rules and procedures for removal hearings of appointed city advisory board, committee, or commission members for first reading.
Second.
Well,
Council, I have a motion by the Council President, second by Councilmember Shenagis. This is a motion to introduce a counter resolution. Questions or comments on the introduction of this counter resolution? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay. Motion to introduce counter resolution carries 6-0 in the affirmative. It's a resolution by the Mayor and City Council of Havre de Grace pursuant to the local government and land use articles of the Annotated Code of Maryland, Sections 33 and 34 of the City Charter, and City Code Chapter 2597 and Chapters 186 for approval of rules and procedures for the conduct of hearings when considering removal of appointed members sitting on city advisory boards, committees, or commissions. This will be known as Resolution 2025-13, 2025-13. Council, to have a motion to adopt Counter Resolution 2025-13.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion by Councilmember Shenagis and it's seconded by the Council President. Questions or comments? Council President.
So we worked really hard on this, and earlier tonight there were comments that it doesn't follow state law. The state law on the hearings procedure for removing of commissioner, it's very blank. There's nothing there. But it gives us a delineation under the land use code and under the annotated code of the state of Maryland on what steps are grounds for removal, but it doesn't actually show what to do for the hearing. And so we realized when it came time for a hearing that we needed to make rules. And so I did a lot of research and couldn't find much of anything. I did find, believe it or not, New Hampshire was like the only state that actually had rules written out. And where was it? Was it Frederick, I think, had something, was the only one in the state. This has never been done in the state. There is no law on the hearings about how the hearings go. But what's written into the ordinance is specifically to try to comply with the land use rules from the state and the other ordinances under the annotated code. So we did our due diligence on this, everything we could to make sure that we are following the law as closely as possible. I was mentioned about the ability to have an attorney. This isn't a court hearing. This is a public hearing. That the purpose is a public hearing for understanding the complaint, have a response from the person, and then we have the vote from the council after all the stuff that's in the ordinance. That the accused still has the ability to appeal to the circuit court, appeal our decision, and then further up if they want, and then they're allowed to have an attorney at that point. But we're not a court, so that's why we wrote that in there. And as far as we know, we did everything we could and did our due diligence. It does follow the state law.
Thank you, Council President. Any other questions or comments? Roll call vote on Counter Resolution 2025-13. Councilmember Booker.
Yes.
Councilmember Jones.
Yes.
Councilmember Ellis.
Yes.
Council President.
Yes.
Councilmember Boyer.
Yes.
Councilmember Shenagis.
Yes.
By roll call vote of 6-0 in the affirmative, City Council Resolution 2025-13 is adopted. We're going to go to item 12 on our agenda this evening, ordinances, and item A. Councilmember Booker.
Thank you, Mayor. Council, those of you in the audience and the directors and everybody that's here this evening, I want to go ahead and introduce number 1201, ordinance 1201 concerning the granting of a right-of-way to BG&E in connection with the Amtrak Railway Bridge project under second reading.
Council, I have a motion by Councilmember Booker. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Councilmember Boyer. This is a motion to introduce ordinance 1201 on second reading. Questions or comments on the introduction? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay. Motion to introduce ordinance 1201 on second reading carries 6-0 in the affirmative. 1201 is an ordinance by the Mayor and City Council of Havre, Maryland, adopted pursuant to the authority of Article 11E of the Maryland Constitution. Local government article of the Annotated Code of Maryland, Sections 3 and 34 of the Havre City Charter, and City Code 177-5 and 177-6 to grant certain rights of way to BGE in connection with the Amtrak Railway Bridge project and for adjustments to annual utility pole and conduit fees. Council, have a motion to adopt 1201 on second reading.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion by Councilmember Booker, and that's seconded by the Council President. Questions or comments?
Just a couple
Councilman Booker.
comments. Just one comment. A lot of times whenever when you're moving utilities, you disrupt residences and businesses and things of that nature. There are several residents and businesses that depend on that. However, it's been deemed that the disruption will be minor, and actually will kind of increase. I didn't realize that City Code number 177 actually assures the city certain annuities for BG&E conduits and overhead wires and poles and things of that nature, right? So this kind of adds a little bit to it, so it actually works in our favor and also renews the infrastructure and doesn't cause any disturbance. So I'm very much in favor of this ordinance.
Thank you. Any other questions or comments? Okay, we're going to do a roll call vote on ordinance 1201. Councilmember Jones?
Yes.
Councilmember Ellis?
Yes.
Council President?
Yes.
Councilmember Boyer?
Yes.
Councilmember Shenanigans?
Yes.
Councilmember Boger?
Yes.
By roll call vote of 6-0 in the affirmative, City Council Ordinance 1201 is adopted on second reading. Item B is the emergency ordinance that was substituted for the original item B. Council President.
So, second here. Oh, yes, apologize. Let me see here. Get my paperwork here.
Take your time.
I had the one sheet I was looking for. So, I apologize, I'm missing something. I had it here set out and I was moving stuff around. Yeah. Yeah, but I had something else here too. So, Mr. Mayor, I move to introduce, I guess what we'd say here. It would be emergency legislation. We had it written down. I was looking for the exact words we had written down though. Oh, okay. Right here, I had page flipped over. Introduce an ordinance concerning amending sections of Chapter 173 subdivision regulations pertaining to plan approvals for first reading.
Second.
Sorry, I folded it over. That's why I didn't find it.
So we're going to do a motion by the Council President on introduction, second by Councilmember Shenanigans. This is for introduction. Any questions on it? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay. Motion to introduce this ordinance carries 6-0 in the affirmative. And I'm going to give this, this ordinance will be 1205. Ordinance 1205. It's an ordinance by the Mayor and City Council of Havre, Grace, Maryland, adopted pursuant to the authority of Article 11E of the Maryland Constitution, a local government article of the annotated Code of Maryland, and sections 33 and 34 of the Havre, Grace City Charter to amend city codes, sections 173-15D and 173-19C concerning plan approvals. So, Council President, you want to give the background on us, or would you like to call upon the city attorney?
If I can call upon the city attorney, sir.
Ms. Sishak, could you do us a favor and explain to the council the nature of this emergency legislation? Thank you.
Thank you, Council President, Mr. Mayor. Yes, I've been working with the Department of Planning Director. We've been looking at making sure our approvals are streamlined and consistent with across the code. Last week, we just amended stormwater management and to be consistent with the 3-year approval period for grading. So this is along those same lines. In the past, what would happen, and this has especially become glaring since COVID, for some reason, state agencies and approvals have taken longer than expected. So under our current reading, there's a requirement of having your plats recorded within 1 year of approval. The problem with that is there are various agencies that also need to sign off on those recorded plats or those plats in order to get them recorded. That's a land use, that's a land records requirement. But the applicant has already been through the approval process, through the Planning Commission, and submitted its required reports to the director. So everything on the city end is in order. And what's happening is we're coming up against deadlines for some developments that they have no more extensions. So under our preliminary plan, you get 3 years. I think there's a 2-year extension. So now you're at 5 years and you're waiting for a state agency to grant something that you need before you can record that plat. And they don't have any opportunity to come back for renewal other than going back through the planning process. So what we thought is, from the city's perspective, once it's approved, it needs to be, all those, the city approvals have to be done within 1 year, but we can't control the agencies. The plats still can't be recorded, we just can't control that. And then the other piece of it is, to the extent the applicant has complied with everything, and I think this is the second part, let me just double check. That the director of planning can grant 2 90-day extensions if they can show they've complied with everything with the city, and we're waiting for the agency, health department, MDE, DNR, whomever, and it varies. Sometimes it's an outside engineer, so that there's an opportunity that they don't lose all that work they've done the past 5 years. So that's the reason for it. Historically, some of these have been granted administratively in the past with prior administrations. There's evidence of that, so this just makes it clear what the extension is limited to. And they would otherwise be in compliance with our laws.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ms. Sishak, appreciate it. Do I have a motion to approve ordinance 1205 on first reading?
That was my motion, Mr. Mayor. We need a second.
Oh, you made a motion? Okay, you made a motion. Do we have a second? Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Councilmember Shenegis. This is a motion to adopt ordinance 1205 on first reading. Any further questions or comments? Councilmember Boyer.
So my only concern is that after that prolonged period of time, finally waiting for the other entity to get around to doing it, and something else changed, like, it doesn't give us another bite at the apple to make sure everything is in place is there any need for that? I mean, it's 5 years. It's not like other properties where, 20 years is what the issue is. That's my only, I come to that based off of everything else that I've experienced in the past couple of years and thinking, whoa, red light. So
again, if the planning commission approves something and the applicant has complied with everything and they're waiting for a, let's just use an example, a soil testing approval to come back, and that's the only requirement left, and they're done with the expirations are done, and our director has no ability to expend it. So they could lose their right to construct according to the plan they've already done because they can't get that plat recorded in the time frame our current code says. So it's the recording of the plat that's the problem. So if we just change the language and say it's when everything's approved and we sign off on it, we need to sign off on it within that year. We can't control what the agencies do. So it's a little bit unfair for developers to expend, in some cases, millions of dollars prepping a site, but they can't record those plats because they're waiting for one agency paper.
is our process different than other jurisdictions?
Historically, in the past few years, our internal process has taken way longer, and so that is added to the delay on the front end. But even then, you still can't get approved by the Planning Commission until you've met all the requirements. It's just taken a long time to get to that point. But once you're at the Planning Commission approval, then the fact that a third party may have not finished their review in the time that our city code says, they're not subject to our city code, the other agencies. So it creates a difficult situation.
So do other jurisdictions do just what we see in front of us, or do they do something different?
I don't know what other jurisdictions do. Maybe Mr. Goins can speak to that, but the county may do it differently. I was just looking at it from the standpoint of what does our code do? We're putting our staff at the mercy, our processes even, all that volunteer time that went in reviewing everything at the mercy of a third-party agency because of the wording of our code. But I'll let Mr. Goins add to that.
I can just speak from my experience with Howard County, where I worked previously. In Howard County, it's much more lenient than it is here. It's much more restrictive here, where in Howard County, you can request a waiver at staff level for as many extensions as you want. We had site plans and subdivisions that were 10 years old that were continuing to receive waivers from the deadline requirements. I would say what we have here is much more stringent on the developer. So this obviously would make it a little bit more lenient, more consistent with other communities. In Howard County, the vast majority of subdivisions and site plans didn't go to a planning commission. They were reviewed on staff level, so.
Okay. So we're, again, very restrictive.
In my experience.
This will loosen us up a little bit.
Correct.
Is this one of the items that's being reviewed by the, make us a more friendly place to live, work, and play committee?
It is.
Okay. So why right now pass it?
We have permits expiring at the end, not permits, but the timeline for no more extensions at the end of September and at the end of December.
Okay.
So that's why.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Appreciate the comments. Thank you, Mr. Goins. Any further questions or comments? Councilmember Booker?
Yeah, just real quick. Is this, so we mentioned timelines. One question, is this, whose timeline? Is this a city timeline, or is it the citizen developer, or is it a corporation developer? Whose timeline are we talking?
Okay, so the timeline would be, it currently reads, the final plat must be recorded within 1 year from the extension or the planning commission approval, whatever one of those you're measuring from.
Whatever entity.
Yeah, correct.
Whatever. Like,
Correct. So say,
it could be Councilman Booker. I want to do a thing, right?
Right.
And then I let it expire, or I have property that's locked into, maybe it was willed to me, it is locked into with the state, right? So this is how I read this is it's expediting the process.
it doesn't really expedite it. It takes out
A forcing function.
It takes the recording of the plat out of the equation, because the recording of the plat requires all these signatures, and you can't record that by the land record standards. You can't record it without those signatures. But our position is, if they've got all the approvals and we just can't record the plat, that shouldn't hold up the project.
And then at a particular time, the packet has to be resubmitted to the city director of
Yeah, so
planning.
we'd have to go through the whole process again, and in some circumstances, that would cause the developer to pull out, because
Right.
they've invested so much
And
money
that
in
comes
it.
at a significant cost to the landowner, right?
Well, that and to the communities, too, that are in some of these unfinished communities that have been waiting 20 years for their communities to be finished.
Yeah. No, I wasn't really focused too much on the developer. I was focused more on the private citizen.
Yeah, it would affect a private citizen as well. If you're, say you're a private citizen, you're waiting for certain inspections to get done, and you might be, low man on the totem pole because your project's small, it might take longer for somebody, agency to come out and review your project, and that agency's signature may be required for recording the plat. And that's, we're untethering the recording of the plat from our approval process. That's really what we're doing.
Understood. Thank you. No further questions, Mayor.
Thank you. Any further questions or comments? We have a motion by the council president, second by Councilor Shenanigans, to adopt ordinance 1205 on first reading. We're going to do a roll call vote. Councilmember Ellis?
Yes.
Council President?
Yes.
Councilmember Boyer?
Yes.
Councilmember Shenanigans?
Yes.
Councilmember Boker?
Yes.
Councilmember Jones?
Yes.
By roll call vote of 6-0 in the affirmative, ordinance 1205 is adopted on first reading. Council President will hold a public hearing at the next council meeting, September 15th.
September 15th. Yep.
September 15th at 7 o'clock will be the public hearing on this ordinance, which is ordinance 1205. Thank you, council.
And there's no reason to do B.
So we're going to move to item 13, old business, and I'll hand that off to Dr. Ritchie.
Thank you, Mayor. Council, the Relay for Life of Harford County is requesting to amend their special event application. It's on page 2 in the agenda packet, but specifically, They would like to use the grass parking area next to the Maritime Museum. They have committed to utilizing a parking attendant, and they would not block the access to the museum. And that's the only amendment they're seeking to their special event application. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Ritchie. Council, I have a motion to approve the amendment for the Relay of Life for Hartford County Special Event application.
So moved.
I have a motion by Councilmember Boyer. Have a second?
Second?
Second by Councilmember Shenangus. Questions or comments? Council President?
I have a question, Dr. Ritchie. Why did they need to amend it to use the parking lot? I mean, it's city parking anyways.
So they want to use public property for private use for their event, so they're going to restrict the access.
They want to restrict the access, okay.
Yes, because the parking is going to be parking for their event.
Okay.
So, yep.
Good enough.
I think they want to use it for their teams. They come in and, set up around the park, and so those people load in a lot of stuff, and I'm one of them. And so anyway, I think that's what they wanted to do.
Thank you, Chief.
Thank you. Any further questions or comments? Okay. Motion by Councilmember Boyer, second by Councilmember Shenangus. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay. Motion to amend the Relay for Life Hartford County Special Event application is approved 6-0 in the affirmative. Okay, item B, old business, we took care of that earlier, correct?
Correct.
All right. So move that out. And we go to item 14, new business. Item A, special events. Dr. Ritchie.
Thank you, Mayor, Council, for your consideration this evening. We have 3 special events. 2 of the special events are events that have been approved in the past. One is a new event. I'm assuming it's a non-controversial event, but I wanted to check. Council President, do you want all of these to be on a consent calendar, or would you prefer all of them on a consent calendar? Okay. So we are going to review all 3 together. So the first one is that new event, 2025 Fall Concerts by the Lighthouse on September 25th, October 2nd, October 9th, and October 16th from 6:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. at Concord Point Park. The second event is the Halloween Costume Contest on October 30th from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. on Pennington Avenue between Union and Washington. And the third event is the Lockhouse Beer and Wine Festival on May 9th, 2026, from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. on the Lockhouse grounds, Canestio Street, and Park Drive. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Ritchie. Council President. I'm sorry, I see right here. You want to do consent by calendar?
Yes. I make a motion to adopt all the events.
Council President made a motion to adopt all 3 events. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Councilmember Booker. Questions or comments? Councilmember Boyer?
Can somebody give us a little bit more information about the fall concerts? You said it was a new. It is, assuming the Arts Commission is doing it?
It'll be just like the concerts in the park, but they want to extend the season, and we're going to move it down by the lighthouse.
I think that is fabulous. So it will, all concerts will be over by 8 o'clock?
Yes, ma'am.
It does get darker, of course.
Yeah, we're working out the logistics as far as like lighting and whatnot as we go into the fall season, but Council President is correct. The Arts Commission reached out to Mayor Martin and proffered this idea, and it's kind of a continuation of the current concerts they do, but a different venue for the fall time. So we thought it was a good idea. We believe we have the resources in-house to kind of explore this for the first year, and if it's successful, we may look into kind of making it a little more robust next year.
Tracking. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. I just want to say real quick before everybody votes on it, I really commend the Arts Commission, especially Lindsey Jones, who's in the audience tonight. Thank you.
Yay.
Well, it all kind of started when Lafayette visited us on July 29th, and it was a Tuesday, which is a weird day of the week to have a party and fireworks, but that's when Lafayette came here 200 years ago, and there have been hundreds of people at that concert that was down at Concord Point Park. And the way the stage was set up by the trees and the way the people were set up and the lighting from the promenade, some people had the idea about, I mean, we don't want to take away from the beloved concerts in the park at the gazebo in June and July, but it's also a very popular thing. And so the Arts Commission does a great job in June and July running those concerts in the park series. And so they had an idea of maybe doing a fall series, a limited number of concerts, like maybe 4 in the fall, but move it down to Concord Point. And so that's what this is all about, in case you're at home thinking, so that's what it is. It's kind of like a continuation, but in the fall. And hopefully the weather will be good and be like it has been the last couple weeks.
Oh, beautiful.
Now that I said that, I'm sure it'll rain. But anyway, but I just want to, because I remember telling Mrs. Jones and the Arts Commission members, yeah, it sounds great to me if you think you can pull it off next year, this year, I don't know, and boom, before you know it, they had it all lined up for this year. So I really commend the speed in which the Arts Commission members work. And I thank them with that because I think it's going to be a great thing. So we're going to try it this year instead of next year. So let's give it a shot. So I just wanted, before you vote, I just wanted to give everybody the background on how that came out of nowhere so quick. So thank you, everybody. Okay, so these 3 events, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay. The Fall Concert Series by the Lighthouse, the Halloween Costume Contest, and the Lock House Beer and Wine Festival, all approved, 6-0 in the affirmative. We're going to go to item 15, Director's Report, and we're going to start with Dr. Ritchie, Director of Administration.
Thank you, Mayor, council, colleagues, citizens that are still with us here and at home. I do have my comments this evening. I do also have Director Abdi's comments from the Finance Department. He is unable to be here this evening, but he did give me his report to share. But I will start with mine. So I do want to wish all of the students and teachers a happy first day back at school. I hope it was a wonderful day for all of you. I do want to offer a special thanks to our Havre de Grace Police Department and especially the school resource officers and the work they do to keep our students and teachers safe. Thank you, Chief. So this Friday from 5 to 9 p.m. is First Friday, and I hope you're able to come out and enjoy our newly renovated downtown. The project is just getting a couple final touches in it, but it's largely complete. But speaking of the renovated downtown, I do want to recognize Patrick Seipolt, who after nearly 24 years of service to the city in many different capacities, but most notably the Director of Administration, and then most recently the Director of Capital Projects and Grant Management, has decided to sort of retire. I'm going to call it that. So he is stepping down from his full-time capacity with the city, and he's going to stay on with us in a very limited part-time capacity to assist kind of as needed with project management as special projects that require his skill set come up. So Patrick, thank you for your many years of service and commitment to the citizens of Havre de Grace. It is much appreciated. Also on Friday, September 5th from 7:30 p.m. to 9:30 p.m., Mike Massey, the renowned cover artist, returns to the Havre de Grace Opera House. On Friday night at the Star Center, the Hushdown is having their album release party at 7 p.m. That is a free concert to attend, but registration is required beforehand. On Saturday, September 6th, we heard a bit about this earlier in the meeting, but from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. is the 37th Annual Children's Art Festival at Tidings Park. It is a free event. We'll have numerous crafts, a petting zoo, exotic pets, storytelling, magic, balloons, drum circle, face painting, and more. Also on September 6th, Who's Bad, the ultimate Michael Jackson tribute band, returns to the Star Center. I had an opportunity to see them last year, and they were fantastic. I recommend them. But there are way too many events happening in our great city to list right now, but you can learn about all of them at explorehavredegracemd.com. I do want to share one very important, public notice, so to speak. So in the past, there have been counterfeit tickets to the Star Center that have been sold on other third-party websites. So I just want to make sure everybody understands, especially with tickets going on sale shortly to 98 Degrees, who's going to be coming here December 4th. The only official place to purchase Star Center shows or tickets to Star Center shows is through the Star Center website itself, and that is starcentermd.com. And that concludes my comments, and I'd like to segue into Director Abdi's financial report for this evening. So the general fund, the fund balance is $2,596,400. That is up $25,600 from the last report. The BOY balance is $2,349,600. That is no change from the last report. Revenues are $29,124,000. That is up $203,600. And expenditures are $28,877,200. That is up $178,000. Water and Sewer Fund, Fund 9. The fund balance is $4,714,500. That is down $268,800. The BOY is $1,746,800. That is no change. Revenues are $18,901,600. That is down $124,600. And expenditures are $15,933,900. That is up $144,200. And then lastly, the Marina Fund, Fund 8, the fund balance is $944,100. That is down $1,800. There's no change to the BOY, which is $761,900. Revenues are $843,400. There's no change since the last report. And expenditures are $661,200, and that is up $1,800 since the last report. And that concludes the financial report. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you very much for the update, Dr. Ritchie. And we're going to go to our Director of Planning, Mr. Jeff Goins. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Mayor, members of council. So last month, August, we had 53 permits applied for, 15 new construction. 10 of those were single-family detached homes in Scion Hill, and 5 were townhomes in Bully Rock. We had 24 renovations and additions, and then 14 other permits, which include sheds, fences, solar panels, and other ancillary permits. In terms of the Board of Appeals, we have no items for this month, as well as for the Planning Commission, no items. So those meetings may be canceled. And that concludes my report.
Thank you very much, Mr. Goins. Appreciate it. And good evening, Ms. Johnson, our Director of Economic Development and Tourism. Hi.
Good evening, Mayor, council, citizens in the audience and at home. Friendly reminder, coming up on Thursday, September 18th at 4:00 p.m., we have a ribbon cutting for Franklin Street and Union Avenue businesses. The ribbon cutting is for Moon and Sea Creations, Nook of Knots, Artfully Done, The Vintage Cafe, and Aqua Vita Medical Spa. So once again, that's September 18th at 4:00 p.m. Hopefully everyone can join us. We're just going to go from one business to the next business to the next business, but giving each business an individual ribbon cutting and the attention that they deserve. EDAB will resume meeting on Wednesday, September 17th, 4:00 p.m. here in council chambers, and TAB will also meet on Wednesday, September 17th, 10 a.m. here in council chambers. And that concludes my report this evening.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Ms. Johnson. Appreciate the update. Thank you. We're going to go to Mr. Conway, our Director of DPW. Good evening, sir.
Mr. Mayor, thank you. I'd like to just take a couple minutes to express Tracy and I's sincerest gratitude to Havre Grace Police Department, specifically Officers Latham and Forsmark. So, as everybody probably knows, Tracy's mom passed away at our house suddenly a week ago Sunday. So, and of course, I was 45 minutes away, and you know, both Officer Latham and Forsmark stayed there until I got back, seeing how their truly incredible professionalism and their compassion really touched me. So from the bottom of my heart, I thank everybody who responded to my house that day, and that also included Donnie Graybill from the Susquehanna Hose Company. So I've had probably 4 or 5 direct dealings with either Havre de Grace Police Department, nothing bad, and, you know, Susquehanna Hose Company. And, you know, I probably speak for a lot of people that we are incredibly fortunate to have, you know, the police department that we have and the Susquehanna Hose Company. So again, from my heart to yours, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you very much, Mr. Conway. And again, everyone at City Hall is, you know, thinking about Tracy, and sorry about your mother-in-law. So thank you. But you're right, though. I mean, I'll tell you, the police department and the fire department, I hope no one ever has to use them. But if you do, they're amazing. Absolutely. Chief, good evening.
Good evening, Mayor, Council, citizens. It's been said a couple times, but I'll remind everybody, school is back in session. And so, well, the good thing for the mayor, I mean, they have buses that get those kids out of there. So, but the thing is that we already had an incident this afternoon involving someone running the lights on the school bus, and our officers had to respond and deal with some things. And so, you know, you got to be aware of the school buses. Be patient, leave a little bit early for work or your appointments. You know, everybody's rushing. So as a reminder, every one of the school buses in Harford County are equipped with cameras. If you run the lights on the bus, it will catch you, and you're going to get a $250 civil citation issued to the registered owner of the vehicle. If it is an observed violation by a police officer, it's a $570 fine and 3 points, and you don't get a twofer. So we call down to the camera, probably catches it also. We call down to the sheriff's office and tell them that we cited the driver, so it doesn't like double dip on you. That would not be probably the most fair thing. But anyway, $570 and 3 points if we cite you. So again, just as a reminder, please be cautious, be patient, and drive safe. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you very much, Chief. Appreciate it. We're going to go to comments from the council members, and we're going to start with Councilmember Jones. Good evening.
Good evening, Mayor. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone, for being here tonight, and for those folks who are still listening at home, and to all of my council members and the directors, thank you. I want to, one, say that I am super relaxed. I had a great vacation. I was away for about 10 days, and I disconnected, as I say, really hard. Like, I did not go on social, email, as much as possible, phone. I kind of put that away, so I really enjoyed being away. And I thank everybody for their patience as I'm getting back into things as of today. I also want to say that before I went on vacation, I was able to participate in a lot of the backpack giveaways that were going around in town. And it was so great to see people giving and wanting to support people who have maybe less than. I was also able to secure 16 filled backpacks from the American Legion's Post 55 fourth annual community backpack, and those were given to 16 families at the Havre de Grace Housing Authority. And then lastly, we've talked about the Arts Commission a lot tonight. And as the mayor mentioned, I used to be the liaison for that commission, and I just want to say how proud I am of the commission and the work that they've been doing, and just that they have been working so hard to be creative and to do new things and to push, you know, outside of their comfort zone. So I really wanted to, and Lindsay's here tonight, as she often is, representing the commission. So I just wanted to say that. And during my time, I was able to bring on 4 new members, and I think that they have really helped to really push and for there to be different things happening. And so that's PJ that you saw tonight. He's really helped to make sure that social media, there's more of a social media presence. There's Kevin, who is going to lead that new fall concert events. And then also Jennifer, who was able to lead the arts piece. So I'm just super proud of them. Miss you guys. Glad to have folks from up the hill, as people say, and from downtown working together to really branch out and make arts more alive in Havre de Grace. So, thank you, Mayor.
Thank you very much, Councilmember Jones. And good evening, Councilmember Boyer.
Good evening, Mayor, and everybody who's attending and watching us at home. Thank you all for participating. I want to give a huge thank you to Patrick Seibolt for all of his years of dedicated service. He is the kind of person who, when asked, will you, he steps up and just steps forward and does it. He has served in a wide variety of roles within the city, and he wants nothing but wonderful things for our community. He has worked really hard on the downtown restoration, and I think it's probably his pride and joy at this point, one of his most highest accomplishments in his career. So I want to thank you so much, and I hope you enjoy your, this is not really retirement. I mean, his wife was trying to say that it was retirement. This is not really retirement, but your quasi-retirement scheme. Way to go. And I also want to let everybody know that this Friday, the Havre de Grace Green Team will have the last availability of the Havre de Honey for sale at the booth. There'll be 2 different sizes of honey available. All of the money that is raised goes to the Green Team projects. And it's the last because we are standing down the aviary. Our beekeeper is moving on to other things, Donna Bushong, and I want to also let everybody know how wonderful Donna has been over the years in taking care of the aviary, creating the Havre de Honey, and it's really been a great experience, and it's brought the Green Team together, working together on this project. It's pulled into a lot of different ways, and what they're moving into are the pollinator gardens. So hopefully they'll be more focused than on the pollinator gardens versus just beekeeping. And finally, I want to let everybody know that there's a great opportunity to hear one of our Havre de Grace historians tell wonderful stories. It's on September 9th from 6:30 to 8 at St. John's Episcopal Church. They have a new series called Beyond the Obvious Speaker Series. And they've had a couple of pretty interesting people come talk. Well, this one, we are going to have Amy Rosenkrantz, who's going to come and talk about bootleggers, bookies, and the Graw. So it should be a fascinating discussion. And hopefully we'll see you all there. It's from 6:30 to 8 o'clock, September 9th. I will let you all know that it's true church style. You'll be sitting on some very uncomfortable metal chairs. So come prepared. So thank you all very much. Have a great day.
Thank you, Councilmember Boyer. Sorry, God. Thank you, Councilmember Boyer. Hold on one second. There we go. Good evening, Councilmember Schneegis.
Good evening, Mayor, Council, Administration, and citizens in the audience and at home. As we are winding down summer and fall is on the horizon, I am so grateful to be starting my 27th year in public education. It's so amazing to see all the proud parents dropping their kids off and the kids coming to school, excited to see their friends again and to start a new journey. And each year, teachers, kids, and parents alike, I know that special anxiety for something unique and significant to happen in everyone's lives is right there on the forefront. So I know that the mayor and I are probably a little extra tired tonight, but just going that extra mile for something that means a lot in everyone's life. It made a difference in my life when I had a teacher help me and a parent that reached out or a friend. So I know that the community of Havre de Grace, they are right there helping our kids along the way. And I thank Havre de Grace for that and all of the surrounding community. Thank you for the extra crosswalks. That's so important. And I hope that more safety is able to come to fruition in the future. And I'm really incredibly grateful that the driving aspect of respecting the bus has stepped up in the police department. So thank you for that. I want to say it's been a great summer and looking forward to all of the events that are coming up this weekend. They've already been listed, so I look forward to seeing people around town. And I hope to see folks that are interested in coming to our Marina Commission meeting this coming September 17th at 4:30 p.m. We will be here in the City Hall Conference Room. So thank you very much. I wish you all a wonderful week. Back to you, Mayor.
Thank you very much, Councilmember Shenegas. And we're going to go to comments from Councilmember Booker.
Thank you, Mayor Martin, directors, council, those with us in the audience, and those who are tuning in. I want to go ahead and beat the drum here just real quick about the 2025, the fall concerts by the Lighthouse. Again, those dates are September the 25th, October the 2nd, the 9th, and the 16th, right? So we're going to kind of upscale things a little bit, so I really expect to see Havre de Grace out there in full turn. It's great entertainment. And it doesn't cost anything, right? And this is from 6:30 and runs all the way till 8 o'clock. And you don't want to be there at 8 o'clock because it gets dark and you want to go home, right? And do other stuff. So don't forget about the fall concerts, and that's, of course, your Arts Commission right there. One other thing I want to mention is I'm really happy that the Havre de Grace Farmers Market is celebrating 30 years in 2025, which is a pretty big accomplishment, right? So they're actually recognizing the milestone at the September the 6th, that's this Saturday, farmers market with a special type of marketing bag giveaway. Bel Air TV, W Bel Air TV is going to be on hand to interview folks. There are probably additional vendors out there as well. The first 300, it opens at 8:30, so get there a little early because the first 300 folks that get there get a special bag, and I'm not sure really what that is, but the community projects manager has assured me that it's going to be something kind of cool. So, and then on to, of course, council of business, right, which is always safety. 20 plus years in the Army has kind of kept me laser focused on different avenues of safety. So, and I'm always keenly aware of people who don't follow the rules, right? And I will be the first to report any citizen, whether you're a constituent or not, if you violate safety, right? Because that's near and dear to my heart. Cyber and safety are the two biggest things to me. With that being said, going back to the crosswalk over by the colored school at Stokes and Alliance, if I see some Lewis Street citizens over here with us, just come down the block and check it out. It says Little Warriors out there. And so those who could read and those who read too, this morning on the way to school, were highly thrilled. So incredible kudos go out to the Department of Public Works, and again to our own artist, to Jimmy Burrell. And I'll go ahead and wrap things up by thanking the police department, the Susquehanna Host Company, and all of our first responders. Thank you. Mayor Martin, back to you.
Thank you, Councilmember Booker. Appreciate the comments. And good evening, Councilmember Ellis.
Good evening, everyone at home. Thank you for staying tuned in with us. Sorry. Good evening, everybody here and online. Thank you for staying tuned in with us. I'll keep it pretty brief. Thank you to the teachers here with us, and all the teachers in Havre de Grace and everywhere else. That's so important and a hard job that's underpaid, as we all know. Today I was able to go to Havre de Grace Elementary and help mark the kids' hands with the school bus number so their teacher could put it on in class with them. And it's the doors open at 9. I got there at like 8:20 thinking I was going to be early, and I was not. There was so many people already there. It's crazy all they do and all the hours that they put in, and just everybody that pours into our kids. And I appreciate it. I want to say happy birthday to my son in 2 days. He'll turn 11. And I want to wish all the Havre de Grace fall sports programs good luck this season. You'll see me at a ton of your games. And while I was looking at the agenda, I mentioned the Halloween costume contest to my girlfriend. And I told her the only way I'm going to dress up is if we win. So just want to put everyone on notice. But that's all I have. So thank you.
Thank you very much, Councilmember Ellis. And comments from the council president.
Mr. Mayor, council, citizens, most of my stuff was talked about, a couple things, but I definitely want to make sure you guys make it to see Hushdown at 7 p.m. at the Star Center this coming Friday. Got to register ahead of time. Tickets are free, but go check them out. They play a lot of Black Sabbath, so I'm definitely into it. Looking forward to it. And our own Jimmy Burrell over here is the drummer, and they're amazing. They really, really are a good local band. So this is their album release thing. They got videos and everything. It's going to be fun. It's all free. It's at the Star Center, so make sure you come on out. And then, like I said, everything else was talked about. I'll talk about football. The Havre football team is surprising me this year. They've had 2 scrimmages already. We scrimmaged Northeast, and in the fourth quarter, Northeast quit. And because we were beating them that bad, they said, no, it's all right, we're going to go home. And then this past Friday, we went down to North Carolina, which is on the eastern shore south of Dover in Maryland, and like way down there. And same thing, fourth quarter, they quit. So we were beating them pretty handily, and I have high expectations for this Friday, 7 o'clock in Perryville. Go out and watch Havre beat them. So I'm gonna go over to the concert first, and then hang out for a little bit, and hopefully halftime I'm gonna make it over to Perryville. So I'll see you there on Friday.
Okay, thank you, Council President. Item 17, comments from the mayor. A few questions or comments real quick. Congratulations on starting your 27th year. I too am starting my 27th year as a teacher, and I've made some mental errors this evening. People don't understand, like, when you haven't stood on a concrete floor all summer and then you spend 8 hours on a concrete floor, but it's not just a concrete floor, it's, can I go to the bathroom? This bathroom's locked. Can I go to the bathroom at the cafeteria? That bathroom's locked. Can my friend go with me to the cafeteria? My mom wants me to sit up front in a closer seat. Can I sit up front? Do you have a pencil I can borrow? I have a pen. I can't use a pen. I have to use a pencil. I lost my PIN number for my lunch. Can I go to the office, get my PIN number? The office didn't have my PIN number. Can I call my mom? Like, there's 1,000 questions I took today. My brain is dead. And I'm sitting here thinking, why do we always have a council meeting on the first day of school? And I have a funny story for you. So years ago, when I got on council in 2008, the way it used to be is if the council meeting fell on a federal holiday, there was just no meeting. And so there were several months throughout the year, there was only one meeting, and it would be usually January. Sometimes January, you're in big trouble if the first of the year fell on a Monday and then Martin Luther King. But anyway, you could literally go almost 2 months without a meeting. February, President's Day, and then Labor Day. Often you wouldn't have a council meeting. And I remember thinking, well, that's not very citizen friendly, because what if you're waiting for a license agreement for a porch or something like that, and you got to wait a whole month to get council to approve it only because the council meeting falls on a federal holiday. So we did a charter change amendment in 2010. And the charter change amendment said if the council meeting falls on a federal holiday, the council meeting will be the next night on a Tuesday. And that young council member who made that was me. That was one of my first charter change amendments I ever did. And I'll never forget, I sat right here, and Wayne Daugherty, the mayor of Havre at the time, looked at me, and he didn't really have a problem with it, but I remember him saying to me, "Careful what you wish for." I didn't know what he meant at the time, right? But now, because now that we went to this big, and back then, school always started a week before Labor Day, so it didn't matter. But now, the last, 6, 7 years, it's always after Labor Day, and it's always a council meeting. And I'm sitting here completely brain dead thinking, I can't believe I changed the charter for this stuff. Anyway, but thanks for a little Havre history lesson there for you on how we got the Tuesday night meetings. We used to not have them. But on some good news, I had a great, speaking of school, the Havre de Grace Consolidated School, class of 1965, had their 60th class reunion at Level Fire Hall Saturday night, and I was invited as a guest, and there was over 200 folks there, and I'll tell you, it was really inspirational. You want to talk about just a strong brotherhood and sisterhood of people who went to school together. They don't just meet every 10 years, they really meet every year. But this was their 60th reunion, and a testimony from those students that remember those teachers and back in the 1960s, excellence in education, you know, and so I learned a lot just being invited to that, and I was happy to be there, and I want to thank Miss Lenore Robinson for the invitation. Also, Sunday night at Tidings Park, it was a National Overdose Awareness Day, and there was a vigil there, and a lot of people gathered at the gazebo, and basically it was just pretty much some testimonies for a couple hours. And I was there for a couple hours, and it was very moving, and how people come to Havre de Grace from all over Harford County to gather in that park. And, you know, the first, you know, drug use is, you know, very similar to alcoholism, very similar to any, you know, addiction. First thing you have to do is talk about it. And there's a lot of people in recovery that came and spoke, a lot of people who lost their children to fentanyl overdose and things like that. But it's very moving that every year they come to our town. I mean, it's people from all over, not just Havre de Grace people, but they come to Havre de Grace, to our park, our gazebo, and there were hundreds of people there, and it was very, very moving. And so Mr. Don Mathis invited me. He spoke at the last council meeting, and I appreciate the invite too. So it was, even though it was like the weekend before school started, I was doing some things that meant a lot to me this weekend. It really inspired me, you know, to brush off my shoes and get back to work and try to do some good. So it was a good weekend, inspirational weekend. The weather has been fantastic for our city, which means it's probably going to rain this weekend. Anyway, so just to let you know that everything's going on as Q. The trolley stats, I'm telling you, that trolley, our trolley program is like a cult phenomenon almost. And people get upset, man, when it's like not running because of the rain. It's insane. Our trolley stats, let's see here. Uh-oh. They were impressive. I'm going to show you guys, hold on.
He had them up, and then his thumb hit the thing while he was talking to you. They went away.
That ever happened to you? Okay. I have it right here. Our trolley stats, you wouldn't believe what these trolleys drove in one weekend. 484 miles, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Well, Monday too, right? Oh, they didn't run on Monday. Okay, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. All right. Almost 800 riders, 484 miles, and 0 safety incidences. So, like I said, it's kind of fun just to sit on the side of the road on Union Avenue and watch kids on the back of the trolley eating ice cream. You know, and the fun thing is it's mostly Havre de Grace kids. You know, I mean, it's a lot of visitors, and we love the visitors, but a lot of our own people in Havre de Grace are just becoming a tourist in their own town. And it's really neat to see that. So a lot of good things happening. Councilmember Boker mentioned earlier, please don't forget the 30th anniversary of the farmers market will be this Saturday. That's when they're celebrating it. And if you get there early, you'll get a cool commemorative bag. And the Michael Jackson concert is Saturday. That was last year as well. They came here last year. It's a Vegas-style show. If anybody likes Michael Jackson, that's a really good show. So if you don't have anything to do this weekend, just come see me. I'll tell you what to do. There's plenty of things to do here in Havre de Grace. Nobody complains. So thank you very much for my comments, everybody, and allow me to speak. And I'll move over to the council president, who we need to sneak into a closed session real quick. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Mr. Mayor, under the Open Meetings Act, General Provision Article 3-305, I move to go into closed session upon adjournment of the open session on Tuesday, September 2nd, 2025, to consider the following matter. 1, to consult with counsel to obtain legal advice. 2, to consult with city staff and city attorney about pending or potential litigation. This meeting will be closed under General Provisions Article Section 3-305B. Under number 7, to consult with counsel to obtain legal advice. And 8, to consult with staff, consultants, or other individuals about pending or potential litigation. The reason for closing this meeting is consultations with the city attorney regarding advice and pending or potential litigation are entitled to confidentiality under the attorney-client privilege. The City Council will not resume open session after the closed session, and votes, if any, will be recorded in public at the council meeting on September 15th, 2025, and that's my motion.
Second.
Council, I have a motion by the council president, seconded by Councilmember Shenagus. All those in favor say aye.
Aye. Aye.
All opposed say nay. Motion to go into closed session carries 6-0 in the affirmative. Council, may I have a motion to adjourn?
Second.
Motion by Councilmember Boyer. Second by Councilmember Booker. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay. The September 2nd council meeting is now adjourned. The time is 8:42. Thank you very much, everybody. We'll see you back here on the 15th. Be safe.